All right, Grolix, let's dive into these 2024 rule changes. Grappling, shoving, weapon drawing. It's like Wizards is trying to rewrite the rule book and just confuse everybody. What the hell happened to good old opposed athletics checks? You want to grapple someone? You're wrestled for it. Now we've got saving throws, unarmed strikes in the mix.
Oh, come on, Grendel. It's cleaner now. No more bogging the game down with contested rolls for grappling and shoving. It's all part of unarmed strike. Streamlined, elegant, and dare I say, better.
Streamlined? You mean dumbed down. Grappling used to feel like an actual struggle. Now it's just a saving throw against a static DC. Where's the fun in that? And don't get me started on this one grapple per hand rule. What's next? No multitasking rules?
Well, let's be honest, Grendel. Grappling two creatures with one hand was always ridiculous. What are you, an octopus?
My point is, they're sucking the flavor out of it. Grappling's supposed to be gritty, and now it's just, again, another static DC check. Roll an unarmed strike, decide to grapple or shove, and make them roll a save. It's all numbers and no drama. What is this, Pathfinder?
But the numbers make sense. And hey, for grapplers with the grappler feat, you can do damage and grapple in one strike. Monks get to use dexterity for DC. It's efficient and opens up more options.
I'll admit the grappler feat sounds okay, but it's just not as visceral as the old opposed rolls. It's like they're turning everything into a board game instead of an adventure.
But I like board games. What about flat damage values? You don't add your ability modifier to fix damage now, like with blowguns.
Blowguns?
Finally, clarity.
Who even uses those? And don't get me started on unarmed strike damage. Adding strength is great for monks, but it's like they're trying to patch something that not that many people are really complaining about.
Well, hey, I like the consistency. It makes the rules easier to follow and keeps things fair across the board. Isn't that what you love, Mr. Rules Lawyer?
Okay, fair enough. But if I catch anybody rolling with a blowgun just to prove a point, I'm banning it outright. What's next?
Well, now this one's a neat little update. You can now pick locks and disarm traps using sleight of hand instead of thieves' tools. It's all baked into the tool description
Wait
now.
a minute, so sleight of hand is now the go-to for rogues to pick locks? What happened to thieves' tools being a defining feature of the class?
Well, they're important, but the change makes it more accessible for other classes. Think about it. Bards, monks, rangers, even fighters with decent dexterity can step in if the rogue is busy. It adds flexibility.
Yeah, flexibility for everybody else. What about the rogue? They lose expertise for thieves' tools in the process. And what's the point of being the party's trap monkey if anybody can roll dex for it?
Grendel, you're missing the big picture. Rogues still have the sleight of hand ability that they can choose, and they'll probably have higher bonuses than anyone else anyway. This just means if the rogue is down, the party isn't stuck twiddling the thumbs in front of a locked door.
You're saying they can use expertise on sleight of hand?
And the thumbs.
Okay, fine. But it feels like they're erasing part of what made rogues unique. You know, if I see a fighter unlocking traps and picking pockets in the same turn, I'm calling BS.
Hey, if a fighter can pull it off, maybe they deserve it.
Yeah, right. Let's just hope the fighter doesn't roll a 1, set off a trap, killing the entire party. Well, actually, that might be fun to watch.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Okay, let's talk about weapon rules. Now you can draw or stow a weapon as part of your attack during the attack action. It doesn't even have to be the weapon you're attacking with. That's brilliant.
Brilliant? It's overcomplicating something simple. Oh, let me sheathe my sword so I can throw this dagger, then switch to my bow. It's like they're designing rules for juggling, not fighting.
It's tactical, Grendel. Switching weapons mid-combat is now a viable strategy. Think about the possibilities. Using different weapon masteries depending on the situation. It makes combat more dynamic.
Makes combat more like a video game, you mean? But yeah, sure, let's pretend everybody's suddenly an expert weapon switcher. You know, it might speed up gameplay for characters like rogues and rangers who rely on versatility, but I think it's just going to encourage players to carry around big old golf bags full of weapons. Ooh, I use my halberd, now I switch to my longbow, now I'm a scimitar.
Or your blowgun. Oh,
no blowguns.
What about a 9-iron?
Look, players are going to be switching weapons like crazy. It's exhausting.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Alright, Grendel, let's talk about the resting rules. There's big changes here. First, you can only start a long rest if you have at least 1 hit point, and interruptions add time to the rest instead of starting it over. Plus, you regain all your hit dice, not just half.
Oh, great. So your party decides to camp next to a goblin ward or in the ogre's backyard, and now your 8-hour rest becomes a 12-hour marathon. Oh, you're interrupted again. Add another hour. Oh, add another hour. It's a doom loop waiting to happen.
It's a feature, not a bug, Gretel. It makes rest interruptions feel more impactful without completely resetting your progress. And getting all your hit dice back? That's a major buff for long campaigns.
Yeah, getting the hit dice back thing is nice. But the whole you must have 1 hit point to start resting rule, that feels overly harsh. I mean, what happens when the party's healer's out of spell slots? You just lie there waiting for 1 to 4 hours to wake up with a single hit point and then hope the DM takes pity on you?
Exactly. It adds tension and forces players to think about the resting spots more strategically. You can't just camp in the middle of a battlefield anymore, and honestly, it's a good way to keep things moving without breaking immersion.
Fine, but if your party gets interrupted 3 times in a row and ends up resting for half a day, don't come crying to me about the doom loop that you just defended.
Fair point. So, viewers, what do you think? Do these changes streamline the game, or are they taking away too much flavor from classic mechanics? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.
And take a long rest, because you'll need all the hit dice you can get to survive our next rules debate.